Welcome back, Stranger Family, to a fantastic episode of Stranger Talks. I'm joined here with the Brody from another mother. Welcome, guys. Jorden. Jorden, how are you this pleasant evening?
I'm good, man. Just another day in paradise, man.
Of course, man. So what is your day like, entailed?
Well, in today's time, I think I live a pretty simple, average, extraordinarily boring life.
Okay, love the adjectives. Yes, indeed. Let's do it. How so? How do you come to that conclusion, man?
Well, I've been through a lot, like a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
Um, and sometimes for some people like myself, when you go through a lot,
Mm.
you end up hitting a phase where you kind of feel numb. You don't know where you want to go in life. You're
Mm-hmm.
kind of just, you know, living day to day.
Of course.
Just yeah.
Okay.
So,
That makes sense. I mean, like sometimes in life, we can find ourselves, I call it like, hamster wheels, like the loop, insanity loop, right? Uh,
yeah.
that's why it's in my defense or in my own life, I like to always challenge myself and find something new that I've never learned and then incorporate that into my lifestyle. So whether that's solving a Rubik's Cube or I took on archery, like I do archery, I shoot like 30 yards. That's something
Oh, okay.
I learned how to do that. So at first I was trembling when I was pulling the bow because it was so hard to pull 60 pounds repeatedly, like, consistently ongoing. But, once I got the confidence, practice, the technique, the systems down, it felt good to master a new skill set. So at the end
Yeah.
of the day, like life will keep going. Um, we have to just be like water, like the famous, I think, is it Jet Li? No, it's Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee said, be
Yeah.
like water, right? So that's how life
Hmm.
is, right? You gotta just adapt.
Right.
Indeed. Okay, so cool. So now, man, I just want to know, some sentimental questions about who you are pertaining to this, right? Like, what was your or upbringing like? Your birth, things of that nature. How was that?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're getting pretty deep. Okay.
Well, yeah, of course. Stranger talks, man. I gotta know who you are, Jordan.
Yeah, I got you, man. Well, my upbringing, so I was adopted at the age of 3 years old, man.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So, I was taken away from my real parents at 3 and, I was adopted into this family that pretty much, all the other children were also adopted. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's what this couple did. They would just only adopt children.
Mm.
And, yeah, man, it was horrible, man. I went through pretty much, I would say damn near every abuse,
Wow.
yeah, physical, emotional, mental, sexual. Yeah, I went through a bunch of those, you know, abuses and,
Mm-hmm.
I, and then not only that, we moved around like every year. So,
Mm.
constantly being the new kid, constantly having to learn new faces, constantly adjust. Um, and the only thing that really, would take my mind off of what was going on was sports, man. So I played a lot of sports growing up.
Wow.
Yeah.
I see that balance, man. You find the silver lining in the midst of the chaos. Wow. So would you say like the family was pretty big as it pertains to like children and stuff like that? How many children were in the house at once? Excuse me.
At, at one point, the most was probably about 13
No
on
way.
yeah,
Oh my.
on average, it was probably about like 9 or 10 on average.
Wow. Okay. And if you don't mind going into detail, are you still in contact with these people? Your adopted parents?
Not at all, man. Not
What?
at all. Yeah,
Mm.
not at all. Um, yeah, I don't want to say, anything bad or be mean, but yeah, they're kind of dead to me, man,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. And
Yeah.
all of this happened in Texas, right? Just want to clarify that.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Um, despite the sorrow, what good memories do you have from your childhood? You know, like growing up in Texas, and did you go to any specific cool places?
Yeah, one thing that I can say that they did was they would take us on a lot of vacations for
Okay.
sure. So we definitely did go on a lot of vacations, and also, um, being adopted, I was with my two of them are my real brothers.
Oh
So
wow.
I wasn't split up completely. I had two of my real brothers, with me as well. So, it was pretty awesome to be able to keep that bond with my brothers and actually grow up with them and make memories with them.
Okay, and which position were you uh out of your brothers?
I was the middle. I had an older brother and I had a younger brother.
Okay, I'm the middle too, twin. That's how I already know the energy already was real.
Hell yeah.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so twin child, middle child, excuse me. So now I want to say, did you did you remember any, like, I don't know, crazy fights in the house as children with other children? Were you guys like, did you guys form a pact to stay within to keep the,
Oh, no, there was a lot of fights, man.
yeah,
It was a very dysfunctional household.
oh,
Very dysfunctional. Um,
I can only imagine.
yeah. So, and all the children, they all had some sort of, psychological, like mental issues.
Mm,
One of them had retardation, which is cool or whatever, but,
yeah,
you know, others had, what do you call that? Where they just,
like ADHD, OCD, all these weird, like, tics and things of that nature.
yeah, definitely. But they were also, they were thieves. They stole a lot. They lied a lot.
Wow.
They constantly did, all that stuff. And my adopted parents, they did a really good job of trying to split up, like me and my brothers. So, with my youngest brother, they would actually treat him like a king. He was actually the only kid in the entire house that they did this for. But they would treat him like a king, give him everything he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And so she would tell him, oh yeah, like you're better than your brothers. I don't do this for them because they're this way or that way.
Mm,
So, so even to this day, we grew apart
yeah.
and we don't really have a relationship or anything like that. Um, he is still, involved with, that family,
Mm-hmm.
so, which is cool. I mean, whatever makes him happy. Yeah.
Wow. So at an early childhood, you're basically describing how they took on favorites, right? They were very impartial with you guys.
Yeah, for
Huh.
sure.
Okay. Wow. I can only just imagine, like, from a young age, you were just a survival, right? And would you say a lot of those traits that you acquired when you were young, uh, you still kind of display them as an adult? Like just being able to, you know, being able to survive anywhere you go, right? That's what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, for sure. It's definitely affected me in some positive ways, some negative ways and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that it's not, I know that I'm still fighting a lot of mental battles, demons, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
um, that I know that it's rooted from childhood trauma.
Of course. Yeah, that's real, man. That's real. When I was young, well, this happened, um, at a very young age, probably at the age of 2, 3. I lost my father, right? And I really didn't feel his presence, or didn't even know his presence was even there because I was so young to comprehend his loss. It wasn't
Wow.
until I grew up that, in my teens, and I started missing his figure, right? I started missing that, like, that fatherly guidance, because I would get in trouble, do things, be with the wrong crowd, and if he was alive, maybe I would have went in a different path. However, that course corrected because sports was that structure,
Right.
all right,
Hmm.
that gave me brotherhood, fatherhood, and unity. So it was able to get me back on track. At the same time, though, um, not I can't imagine like not growing up with none of your parents. Like I grew up with one, which was my mom,
Yeah.
but I just can't like in your like being as empathetic as possible, putting myself in your shoes. Like I just can't even imagine. So, who was that mentor for you, like growing up? That's the next follow up question.
Yeah. The people that adopted us, right? They only had one kid of their own,
Mm,
and and she was way older. She was a grown adult. She was in her 30s. Um, the people that adopted us was like in their 40s and 50s or whatever. And
mm-hmm,
so, yeah, she was in her 30s, and so she was married to this guy, and he was our uncle, is what we would call him, our
mm-hmm.
uncle. And he actually committed suicide when I was 16.
Oh
But
gosh.
yeah, but growing up, he was that guy. He was definitely for us. He wanted the best for us.
Mm,
He definitely had a lot of tough love, but yeah, he pushed us, man. He really did. So,
okay,
um, yeah, he made everything a whole lot easier.
that makes sense. Wow. So that was somebody who was a pedestal, was a linchpin for you guys to
Yeah,
to look at and model. Okay, it's really good. So I don't really want to get into what happened to him, but did his death
right.
take a toll though on your development?
Development, you know, honestly, I don't think so. Maybe it has. I don't think so. Well, like I said, I was 16,
Exactly. Yeah.
about to turn 17. So I was like just about to finish school and be an adult. So it was kind of like, you know,
Yeah. It would be hard to like you know put
yeah,
everything in compartmentalize everything in just your mind. Yeah.
right. Hmm.
Wow. Okay. So, how was your high school or like grade school experience as a child? Did you?
Uh, you know, school for me was like really horrible, man. You know, I always had good grades up until high school. When I hit high school,
Mm-hmm.
I I don't know what happened, man, but like I was just going through a phase where I just stopped caring about everything. Like I
Mm-hmm.
just stopped caring. So I was like flunking all my classes.
Mm,
Um, you know, it it was very difficult for me to make friends,
okay.
uh, big time. Obviously in sports everybody knew me, but as far as school,
Yeah.
nah, I was a nobody, man. Um, so yeah, it was definitely it wasn't really too many good memories that I had like in school,
I
you know.
got you. That makes sense. So then, what sports did you play in?
Yeah, I ran track. I
Okay.
did cross country. I played football. And I only did basketball for like 2 years.
Yeah, super active, man. Very.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have a you know stacked up resume. That's really good.
yeah.
That's really good. Yeah. So now, would you say that helped you get out your, you know, I guess like social awkwardness, playing sports and things like that?
Uh, yes and no. Like for me, because I literally, like, not even kidding you, I moved every single year,
Oh
like every
yes,
year.
yeah, that
Yeah.
played a factor.
Uh-huh. I went to 5 different elementary schools, 3 different middle schools, and 4 different high schools. So, so for me, I was never the type to really have a lot of friends or be involved in groups and things like that. I would just have one friend and like that was it. I was cool with that. I would just make the one friend. So, but yes, as far as the awkwardness, oh yeah, man. I was definitely awkward, like really awkward when I was in, school. Well, awkward with girls is what I'll
Yeah,
say.
yeah, of
Awkward
course.
with girls. Yeah.
Yeah, I was too, man. Like I used to write girls damn fucking letters and spray my sister's perfume on it, bro. On some Disney Channel shit. Like what?
Yeah.
Disney failed all of us, bro.
For real.
It did, man. It gave us like stupid expectations. And Rapunzel, let your hair down. Like, no, Rapunzel, you come hold this shield while I slay this dragon. Like, I'm not coming.
Right.
So at the end of the day, like, I feel you, man. Um, but with practice, you get better with these.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna go into just like the aspect of you played sports, and that kind of gave you a little bit of confidence and just helped you.
Yeah. It took my mind off of
Yeah, yeah,
everything.
exactly. Helped you with the whole family dynamic and things of that nature. Um, Now, would you say the reason why you guys moved a lot was due to like finances, or what was the main factor that contributed into all that moving?
No, I actually found out what I believe. I ended up reuniting with my real parents at,
Okay.
25 was when I
Wow,
reunited with them.
that's good.
Yeah. And so I asked my parents and whatnot, and for me, it just put two and two together because they told me that they constantly tried to, um, visit,
Mm-hmm.
reach out, do all of these
Like
things. And
rekindle.
yeah, but, they weren't, my adopted parents was not allowing it. And so, and my parents said that they would change their phone number, they would move, and it was constantly, so I think a factor, I'm not saying this is the main reason, but I think a factor is because they were trying to get away from my real parents. But maybe it could be financial. I don't think I'll have all the answers to why things went down that it did 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some things are just not meant for us to uncover. In this lifetime. But the when it's time, the truth will come out.
Yeah.
At the same time, even though your adopted parents were not the best of role models, like at the end of the day, um, they at least provided the basic necessities, right? Like food, water, shelter, and they were,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Hmm.
you know, I would say that
Yeah.
the people who are there are the ones that we can at least acknowledge and celebrate. And even though your biological parents attempted to try to be there, right, we can give them an effort. We can give them an E for effort for at least attempting. But you know,
Yeah.
there's a difference from talking and then actually doing the the thing you're talking about. So um,
Yeah.
that's where I see the difference in both perspectives from both parents, your biological and the adopted ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool beans. So now I want to know, you spoke about the military. How did you transition into this mindset from, you know,
Oh man, it's not as patriot as you think.
yeah, 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 no problem.
You know, I so in my senior year of high school, I met this girl, and looking back on it, man, it just sounds super lame. But I met this girl, and I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know if Cupid just shot a bow and arrow at me or what, but
it's,
I just
it's,
got,
you're doing it
yeah,
again. You're doing it again.
yeah, like I just got head over heels, man,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and found out that she wasn't a citizen. I didn't care. I ended up marrying her, got married at
Oh
18.
my lord, yo, Jordan, I love
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
Disney Channel,
uh-huh.
shout out to you. Oh my god.
For real, yeah, man. I mean, you talk about Disney, yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely fell for the fantasy.
yeah,
Um, yeah, so, I ended up having, 2 kids with her.
wow,
Uh, and then, and I was about 20 at the time.
yeah.
We had a small house, and then she ended up cheating on me. I mean, and it was crazy too, man,
Wait,
because she was bringing guys over to the
wait,
house.
pause, pause.
I mean,
Jordan, I just wanted to just
the military.
I want to recollect our thoughts and just know that is we are on the military
Yes, I got you. I got you. Yeah.
endeavor. Like I want to know if this is going to correlate towards that.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
fantastic.
Facts, facts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the point I'm trying to make is that because of the infidelity that was going on in my marriage,
For sure.
I I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life,
Mm,
and I didn't have the balls to commit suicide or anything like that.
well,
So I thought to myself, well, what's the most honorable way I can go out?
damn.
And it was the military. So that's really the reason why I signed and enlisted to the military.
Well, that's super like stoic at the same time. It's very, like depressing to think like you have given part of your life to this individual, right? Not only just giving your life, you actually procreated with 2 children, biological children, and they can turn around and just yeah, just do
Hmm.
something so diabolical and just so disheartening. Like yo, I definitely feel for you. I've had my share of breakups. Wow, are you guys like still working?
We're not on,
Not in
we're not on,
contact, but like working things out with your children. Are you guys still co-parenting, or how's that working out?
nah, I mean, co-parenting is supposed to be something that is mutual, but no,
Mm,
everything has to go her way. She wants to control the narrative.
mm, mm. Yeah,
You know,
that's a feminine.
things.
Wow.
Hmm.
Okay, so you're saying right now that your children are with her,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're with her. Yeah.
got you. And then what is this race of? Well, what's her race? What's this race?
She's Mexican.
Okay, she's Mexican, and you
Yeah.
said that she wasn't a citizen, but now she has her citizenship.
Nah, she doesn't. She doesn't have even still, she doesn't have a
Yeah.
citizenship.
But you guys were married though at one point.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people think that when you get married, that other person just automatically gets their
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
citizenship,
It's a
but
process.
it's a process. Yeah. And we didn't really get to successfully fulfill that process.
Okay. So, wow. At a very young age. Yeah, I just think that in this era, marriage at a very young age, especially like when you turn like your early teens, late early 20s, late 20s, like it's yeah, the outlook or just the probability of that thing lasting, especially in this era, is very slim due to just the hypergamy aspect.
Yeah.
And also the everything is just so overstimulated, bro. Like there's so much to do. You can meet a million people in just touching your phone and just accessing the internet. There's just always sources of temptation and just always trying to compensate for what you don't have. And honestly, well, more power to you. You did it. You were doing the right thing, right? You're creating
My
a
best.
family,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
100% don't be ashamed of that because that's you're a father, bro. Like not a lot of people get to say that.
Right.
So I want to know. This is actually beautiful now because your children are the most important aspect of of this whole thing that came out of of this relationship because they embody you, man. So I want to know what's the ratio, boy or girl?
1 and 1.
Oh wow, that's a blessing. Look at that twin. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, 1 and 1. That's really nice. And what are their names?
My daughter's name is Caden and my son's name is Bryson.
Okay, and then they're like close in age or
Yeah.
wow. Okay. Did you feel that when you were, in the process of marriage and family, it was that something that you mutually both wanted, or was it just like one sided?
Well, actually, I guess you could say it's mutual. Her mom was like, yeah, y'all should get married and, a
Uh,
lot of, yeah, so she kind of pushed it. So and for me, I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds
yeah,
cool. Yeah.
yeah. Was she your first?
She actually was my first, man. She
Yeah,
was my first.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what happens. It's the, yeah. And then, what about her? She was also, was she new to the game or was she like also just,
No, man.
uh,
Nah. She had been around and I had a couple people try to tell me like, bro, like, nah, not her,
I
man.
did, yeah, I
But
did,
yeah, I didn't listen.
I
Hmm.
love this episode because it embodies the title, bro. I'm not gonna say the title. The listeners, you guys are gonna find out the title. But at the end of the day, man, Brody, I just love how transparent you are. Number one, and number two, like you are literally the epitome of my show, right? What it means to be authentic and truly organic. So again, I just thank you for expressing and revealing your subconscious to us and to me, to my viewers.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I also can say that so many words right now, so many like events that I'm replaying in my mind. Um, Whenever somebody is experiencing something for the first time, the different, the way the brain reacts, right? Versus somebody who's already experienced a thing, it's not the same. It's like this different dopamine releases and there's something called oxytocin. It's the
Yeah.
bond that a woman has whenever she gives birth for the first time. That motherly love, right?
Right. Hmm.
And then also when two people are experiencing sexual intercourse for the first time, it's just that bond is real. So that's why all these men are always looking for like I'm looking for a virgin or a young woman who's because they want to be her first because that level of attachment is strong, and that's what happened um in your ordeal, right? You became like that was your woman, that was everything to you because that experience, right,
Yeah.
created that chemical reaction, and yeah, that's real, bro. That is real. I've had my fair shares of breakups too, and whenever I had my first time, she wasn't a rookie too, right? But at the same time, that breakup was so hard for me because I couldn't believe that
Yeah.
you were so just it meant nothing. You were just so easily just like detachable from me. I just couldn't it couldn't fester. Really. So once I realized that, oh, that chemical things of these nature, that stuff happens. Oh, you have become numb because now you don't have the ability to um express that chemical reaction, right? So
Right.
that's the
Hmm.
wrong person that I should even be dealing with. And yeah, I'm honestly I'm happy that that girl's not even in your life anymore because you probably can say now that peace is your wife now. You have peace now. You're
Yes.
more calm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And out of that came two beautiful children. So, that's your world now. That's who you're living for, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Wow. So when Christmas happens or the holidays come around, how do you facilitate? that whole thing? Do you guys like take turns, or do you just go to neutral?
Nah, I go over there, man. You
Okay.
know, I buy the gifts and whatnot, and honestly, I just show up. That's it. I don't even plan or anything like that. I'll just show up because every time I do plan,
Yeah.
she will, she'll interfere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. And then just to kind of like recall, you said that 18 was the year you got married. 18, 19.
When I, when I was, yeah, I was, yeah, I was 18, about to be 19. Yeah.
Okay. And then the marriage expired at what? 20, what?
2021.
Oh, wow. Okay. 2021. About 2021. Yeah. Yeah.
So when I was 18, it was 2015 or 2014.
Okay.
Yeah. So from 2014 to 2021, we were together for 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's completion. Yeah. The number seven. At the end of the day, it's her loss, bro. It's her loss, Brody.
Yeah.
Because you took her and you saw all the positive attributes in her, and everybody saw the negative, and you decided to see the positive, and that just shows the genuine, sincere human being that you are, right? And she proved she proved herself wrong. Proved,
Yeah.
she proved everybody right. She proved, she's not. It's like those demons, bro. They don't leave like that Tatiana spirit. Like it's just like what can you can do an exorcism on her, bro. Like you still can't get it out because it's just people change for who they want to change, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't need to be all deep and sentimental, but this is what the show is about, right? It's about
Yeah.
uncovering who I'm speaking to, uncovering the source of who I'm, having a conversation with. Okay, so now the military, right? What did that teach you? What experience did you ascertain from that?
The military was actually, really good, man. I had a lot of bad experiences. I had a lot of good experiences. I deployed to, South Korea.
What?
Um, yeah, but, I, I think that because of the situation of my marriage, I made my experience in the military worse than it should have been. Cause I was just not in the right headspace at all throughout those years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what did you do differently that you would, you know, you just
If,
feel?
if I could go back in time, what would I do differently?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, well, I can't say not get married because I was already married.
Okay.
Um, honestly, man, I don't think that there's anything that I could have done unless I could talk to my younger self and say, hey, understand the situation, emotionally detached, don't let it get to you, because I was going to work and I had a bad attitude. I was taking it out on other people, things like that.
Wow. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. It's a humbling answer, right? Wow. And that's a very bold transition from like what, usually when something devastating like that happens, right? Therapy or, like you went straight into like the military and what did you hope to achieve from that? Like when,
An honorable death. But if I survive, what I hope to achieve was at the very least, family stability.
okay.
you know, in which I did do that. You know, we had a house, you know, backyard, multiple cars. I mean, everything looked great on the outside, you know.
Oh,
Um, so yeah, I just wanted my kids to be able to have a life of some sort of status.
yeah, yeah. And what was she doing? Like, occupation.
She, she was, well, because she wasn't a citizen, she, you know, no driver's license, no nothing. She was just a stay at home mom. And, you know, but the thing is that I tried so many times to like, you know, push her or get her into, you know, you know, do something,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
you know, get into some classes, do some art, make some friends around, things like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Become proactive.
Become proactive, yeah. And I guess did feel alone because, you know, she's away from family and things like that and whatnot.
You know,
Um,
you know
so yeah,
what you're saying is so vivid, based on what this comedian said about Adam and Eve. So the story goes like this, right? We know what happened with Adam and Eve, right? God told
yeah,
them that they could live forever, all their problems, they had, you know, unlimited resources, everything they could have is at their disposal at any time, right?
yeah,
And I believe Adam told that to Eve. He was like, Eve, you know, this is paradise for us. And Eve was like, it's still not enough. You can
pretty much,
never satisfy a woman's, I wouldn't say like alter ego. It's just, you can never. The only
yeah,
thing you do is like how our grandparents did. Our great grandpas, they ignored them. They said no. They put their foot down. Nope. Because another comedian said it the best. Women are like children with breast. Like from a very, very like surface level, right? I'm not talking about like, oh, the fucking,
yeah,
Fortune 5, you know, CEO of this or that. I'm just talking about like from a surface level. They do things that their emotions are always going to be number one to them, no matter what. Like they are forever loyal to that emotion. Like I feel this way, or today I might feel this. They exhibit 400 emotions one day. So like they do things based on how they feel, not how they think logically.
yeah,
So, and hypergamy plays a big, big role in how America has the biggest divorce rates because of hypergamy. When men get in a relationship or even marriage, right, they sacrifice everything for their family. So what does that in turn happen to them? They lose their identity and then they start becoming like not like the person she fell in love with.
yeah,
Okay? So now
hmm,
the hypergamy kicks in and she's like, okay, well, I gotta look for the next best thing or the next best new thing because this thing that the person that I'm with doesn't do it for me anymore. That's why the woman is always chasing they call it like the bad boy effect. Because the bad boy is always thinking about like the next lick, the next this, the next that. He's never thinking about her. He never puts her on a pedestal, right? The happy wife, happy life bull BS is a lie.
oh yeah,
Both people should be happy, not just one. But the whole like, I must please my wife. If you please your wife too much, you get the teacher pet effect where you're like, ugh,
yeah,
like I'm distasteful or I'm disinterested about this, you know, because it's not, women, they love mystery. Okay. I noticed just from
hmm,
my previous relationships and just people who I've encountered, they love mystery. They don't want to anticipate or just know that, oh, I know what's coming next, you know, flowers. Oh, he always brings flowers every Friday, you know, like, they love that, you know. Like right now, right here, we're going on vacation. Pack your bags. I don't care. Meet me in the car.
hmm,
Like we're going now. All right. I already booked it. Like they like stuff like that. And at the end of the day, um, if she's for you, she'll be for you. It doesn't matter what. So
Right.
ride or die, you know.
Hmm.
I'm looking for my Bonnie and Clyde. Like we're all looking for our Bonnie and Clyde, right?
Yeah.
So this episode literally embodies the title, right? Before you know what the title is, right? Oh gosh, but don't say it though. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like um God created us with our own unique strength, right? We have strength and they have strength. We have weakness and they have weakness. We need to come together as a symbiotic group and just put our differences aside and just build, right? Because back in the ancient world, men would literally go to war. Why did they go to? And number two, or maybe number two resources, but number one, it was like their wives and children to protect the most vulnerable. But in this era, like it's different, man.
Hmm.
People are not trying to go to war for, especially for the hegemony of America, because they're like, yo, you women believe that you guys are men now, or you guys are equal to us, or you know, so you're carrying the artillery, you know, you're going to be on the front lines with us because that whole being feminine is their biggest power, but feminism taught them that was their weakness. So men wouldn't want to go above and beyond for women in this generation um, than previous. So at the end of the day, like, you know, your heart was in the right place, bro. Your heart was in the right place. Um, I just from talking to you, I don't know her story, but she wasn't she wasn't committed, you know? She wasn't dialed
Yeah.
in. She wasn't 100% in, yo. She wasn't
Yeah.
100% in. She was one leg in, one leg out. And, you know, yeah, that's pretty much it, yo. So now look, the next segment I would like to transition into is something more like, you know, I would say more lighthearted, right? More PG,
Harder.
family friendly, right? So look, being in Houston, right? What has this place, what is your biggest accomplishments so far being in Houston and like, you know, living here?
My biggest accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, man, that's a tough one. That kind of puts me to shame, but I would say, man, well, since I got out of the military, reuniting with my family,
Okay.
doing mixed martial arts.
Okay.
I would say that's my biggest accomplishment, honestly.
That's really good. That's a humble answer. I like that. You know, that's a true answer. Very organic because it is who you are and what you do. So martial arts, how did you get into that? Well, what kind of intrigued you?
Well, I mean, when I was in the military, I wrestled a lot in the
Okay.
military that they would have us do that. But, when I got out, I was doing like, DoorDash and Uber Eats and,
Mm.
I was delivering a package to, a UFC gym, the one in Pearland, and went in there, and the dude basically was being a salesman, and I was like, you know what, yeah, I have a little bit of experience wrestling and combat sports, so yeah, why not? And then that's just how I got into it, and I fell in love with it, man.
Wow. Just like a Hollywood film.
Yeah,
He walks in the gym and then he gets recruited. That's good. I think every man, even boy, teen should learn some form of discipline, whether that's boxing or even working out, doing something that challenges yourself, you know.
yeah,
And then, like Mike Tyson said, right? Everybody thinks they can fight until they get punched in the face. They don't know how to react, right? And then the funny ones, the ones that get me the most is the ones that say, "Man, when I get angry, all I see is red." Okay, dummy,
yeah,
you're gonna run straight into a red wall, like. You know?
yeah,
So it's just knowing how to be very emotionally disciplined I think that's what it teaches the best. Whenever you're in that scope, is to just know how to compose yourself and have better situational awareness, right? Like
Right. Yeah.
knowing like, hey, this person is clenching their fists, this person is getting like, it's getting too close to me, distant management, like knowing all these things, right? Like, and how to de-escalate confrontation. Because the best fight, I believe Bruce Lee said this, the best fight is the one that's never fought. Like, you don't, because these people are professional killers. You don't see like UFC fighters like a John Jones walking around, although he has a lot of DUIs, but he's not in like, let's not use John Jones. It's a bad example. Let's use somebody like uh okay, Adam Silver, right? Adam Silver.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't see Adam Silver walking around picking fights. He's a murder
Right.
weapon. He would literally hug you and give you a high five or anything. He would just, before anything of that
Yeah.
nature, right? Or even
Hmm.
boxers, right? You don't see like Mike Tyson walking around just KOing people. He's just like, hey, bro, like, calm down, you know? Because they
Yeah.
know the power they have within them. So, night fighters are the most friendliest, nicest people on earth because they know what they're capable of. They don't have to prove anything, right?
Right.
So, I think that in this generation, right, we have a lot of ego, especially with the male population. We have a lot of competition. Males always competing with each other. If we all just have a discipline, everybody will be more calm and cooler and like more interactive with each other. Like, hey, bro, like, I saw you doing this. I would like to learn a little bit of this, and I can teach you some of what
Yeah. For
and that,
sure.
yeah, indeed. So I think, that's a good thing that you started doing and you committed to it. So what type of art do you practice?
Jiu-jitsu.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You're a damn anaconda.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they say like 7% of the like street fights, they happen on the ground. So it's good to know. It's good to know jiu-jitsu. One of my favorite submissions is the rear naked choke. Um, and also like, how would you say, the guillotine. The guillotine is cool.
Yeah.
But the rear naked choke is like, oh, and then the damn triangle when you get the legs wrapped around the waist. They're not going anywhere. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my things. And, there's so many submissions. Ankle pick, arm bar. But I'm not there yet. All I know is rear naked choke. I'll be okay with that.
Yeah.
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 But going into a jiu-jitsu gym, oh wow, I can only imagine, right? Those people are like gangsters.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Damn, I might pick it up. I don't know. I might pick it up in the future. Who knows?
It's a nice craft.
Yeah, 100%. So how long did you do that for the jiu-jitsu?
For about 3 years.
Okay, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. It's good. It's a good time to really relish, get conditioned and things of that, in that craft.
Hmm.
Okay, so military, we covered that. Your upbringing games. So, man, what are your like future endeavors in this life? Now that you have, you lived the American dream, you went to the military. What more do you want from this life?
Well, I'm pretty sure you kind of already noticed I'm a very chill, person.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I think all I really want the most in life would be, just financially comfortable.
Of course.
You know what I mean? I don't really, yeah, having more kids, marriage,
Mm-hmm.
relationships. I'm just not really, I just kind of, I enjoy doing my own thing. It's very peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, really just financial comfortability. Um, I don't know, maybe it's the comfort zone talking, but yeah, that's, as of right now, yeah, if I have that, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Well said. So just being comfortable and kind of like you know sailing sailing to the sun, sailing to the sunset, right? Just riding
Yeah,
out the rest of your life in peace and tranquility.
yeah, pretty much.
And what are your like fun hobbies? What do you do on your leisure time?
I game, man. I play Call of
Oh,
Duty,
okay.
bro.
Yeah, tell me about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I mean, at one point I was like, man, I want to become a streamer, but I'm like, nah, that's a grind. I mean, you might as well do it if you're playing a game,
Of
but
course.
you know, but yeah, man, I play Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed,
Oh, good one.
yeah, I'm pretty simple.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed. Do you like those one-player games like God of War?
Yeah, 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 they're
Yeah,
nice. Yeah.
yeah, okay. What about Nintendo? Are you a Nintendo guy too? Like Mario and
Nah, man, not since Nintendo 64 I haven't owned Nintendo.
okay, yeah, I feel that. Yeah,
I mean, I'm not against it, but I just don't have a Nintendo. Yeah.
got you. So how do you what are your takes on this new GTA 6 that's coming out? Are you excited for it, or are you just like whatever?
Man, who isn't excited for it? Yeah, I'm definitely, I can't wait for it to come out, man. From all the rumors that I heard about it,
Yeah,
yeah, it's going to be, very different.
okay, I can see that. Look, I think somebody was saying that World War III is gonna happen before GTA 6 comes out. I was like, damn, bro. Like with all this crazy stuff that's
Yeah,
happening
that's crazy.
in the world, like I myself, I'm like when it comes to geopolitics and just understanding what the hell is going on in the world, I pride myself in this knowledge, but I'm like a Swiss Army knife. Like nobody will ever expect. Like I can go in a room and hang with like top tier political analysis, like fucking people who have been studying, war and history. Like I'm a big history buff, and that's like one hidden gem about me. Like I know this geopolitics stuff. Like we're talking about the NBA, right?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So, for example, like people think World War III started right now. No, that motherfucker started like it can go back to 2014 with the whole like when Obama was in office. But when it really kicked off, we can go to I think 20 when Russia went into Ukraine, or it was like 2021. That's when it really, really, really kicked off, right? And a lot of red lines were being crossed back then. I think they call it not the Keystone Pipeline. I always forget this pipeline. The pipeline that ran from Russia to Europe that supplied them
Yeah.
with cheap gas. The CIA blew that up and blamed the Russians. The Ukrainian blamed the Russians for blowing up their own pipeline. That was $1 billion, and just like sabotage and sabotage and sabotage and sabotage. And we see what happened on October 7th, right?
Uh-huh.
With the whole Houthis going into Israel and doing a massacre, and like that's what's kicked off the Iran war. A lot of
Right.
people forget about that. So, fun fact: those people were supplied with Russian ammunition and stuff like that. Like, Russia gave them the intel on how to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that day was actually Putin's birthday on October 7th, I believe. So, um,
Oh, shit.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And now we're seeing the line that is being drawn in the sand. It's going all the way back to World War II again, right? The Axis and the Allies. We're seeing all the cohesion of North Korea, Iran, and Russia and China fusing together. And the last domino to fall is going to be the China and Taiwan dynamic. Once that happens, you're having three conflicts in different parts of the world. That is World War III. So, Russia and I believe Iran are doing a fantastic job in their mission, right? Which is the destabilization of the U.S. hegemony, right? That's exactly what they're trying to do on a financial, uh, I guess like aspect, right?
Right.
I believe the acronym BRICS. right? Brazil, Russia, India, China, South America. Um this is literally the new coalition that is going to attempt successfully attempt to dethrone the dollar. Why? Because during the Russia and Ukraine war, um America removed Russia from the SWIFT banking system, right? America controls the international like monetary fund because everybody trades in the petrodollar. So Russia was like, okay, you want to bankrupt our economy? Okay, cool. We're going to just start doing business with everybody else and remove you guys. I think they
Right.
put like not an embargo. They put sanctions and they started boycotting Russia's, alcohol. That's the same thing that they did to Hitler during World War II, right? They were
Right.
boycotting German goods. So we're seeing the repeat of a lot of these like historical pointers happen again. And this is the big one. A lot of people are not ready for this, right? Because we just broke the 1 hour marker, but the popularity for this war is not very high. And as a result, the American public is in anguish due to the fact that everything has cost so much, and it's because of this war, right? The overprinting of money to supply the military industrial complex system and things of that nature. So now Washington knows this, and they know that the Americans are not just gonna like be patriotic to send their children overseas to go die for the military industrial complex, and other people's name that starts with a J. But anyways, I digress. Uh,
Right.
um, they're not going to send their children to go die for these people. So what needs to happen? The United States, as the war machine, needs to galvanize support for this war. And what are they really good at? People call them false flags or whatever, but I'm like 9/11 part two. Maybe. Because in order for Americans to want to support this, something needs to happen over here to make, to kind of like, galvanize and, create that cavalry. Like, okay, look, we got attacked, so now therefore we got to attack them back. So if you
Right.
are against this, that means you're a terrorist, just like 2002. So there's a lot of that happening right now as we speak. But at the end of the day, let's just watch the NBA. That's the most important thing, right? Let's watch the NBA.
Yeah.
Um, as Americans, we don't care. When I'm saying we, I minus myself because I'm not part of the we. But I'm saying we don't care about what's going on the other side of the world because it's not happening over here. And as a military guy, you know that the only two things that are buying us time is the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean. We're not boarded up with anybody, or we don't share borders with any other foreign adversaries. So that's that, right? So whenever I have big problems in the United States, I just think about like, hold on, we are run by baby eating pedophiles. Our president is a felon. Hold on. On the other side of the world, they're bombing children. Like, what am I tripping about?
Hmm.
Like, reality hits. I'm just like, hold on, my problems are very minute, you know? Um,
Yeah.
because it puts everything in a fresh perspective. I don't know if you call it psychopathic then tendencies, but I'm just like, you know what? Nah, this is not even, no, hell no, no, right?
Right.
A lot of hypocrisy in this nation, a lot of hypocrisy. So, um, when we're seeing America as a hegemony, it turned 250 years old. The analogy I like to use is spoiled milk, right? Spoiled milk can probably last you probably like a couple of days. After a week, it turns into poison if you try to drink it.
Yeah.
Right? That's what's happening. The slow drip. Um, and I told myself I will never go into a political like tangent, but because you're a military guy, right? Like we have to talk about this stuff. Not we have to, but it's just the perfect segue into what we're discussing right now. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, I'm not saying all of this to garnish fear or No, I'm not fear mongering, nothing. This is just the reality that we're living in. So when people are tripping about, oh, this and that, and oh, I didn't get my maco latte or my matcha, I'm just like, yo, bro, like you're tripping. Like this is so like insignificant to what has happened on the other side of the world,
Yeah.
right? Um, yeah, 100%. And then the funniest part is everybody's gonna vote. Like you vote for what are we? What are we doing? What are we doing? Midterms, all this stuff. Like vote if you think that helps you sleep better at night, but that doesn't do anything. Because we know at the end of the day, the electoral college is the one that decides who the president is. Everybody's just voting for the popular vote. And that's what they don't teach you in college. All the dumbass professors are always like, oh, you should go vote. You should go vote. Teach us how a vote really works. Because sometimes when the presidents win the popular college, they don't always win the electoral college. That happened in 2020 when Trump won the popular election. Biden won the electoral college, and it
Right.
goes back to even 2016 and with Hillary and Trump. Hillary won the popular, he won the electoral, and it goes back to Bush and Gore, right? So it's just people have to. If you don't live in swing states such as like Michigan or Ohio or what's another one? Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. Then Texas is always going to be red. Cali is always going to be blue, right?
Yeah.
So what are you voting for? You just participated in a. I also participated trophy. Like that's what it is. So I know all this stuff, and at the end of the day, the sun comes up tomorrow, right? Bills have to be paid, and people have to go to work. But there's going to come a time where all the stuff America is doing overseas, Book of Eli, Red Redemption, Civil War is gonna come over here, right?
Uh-huh.
America can't keep thinking that, oh, I'm just gonna keep being the bully of the world and not get no. It's you cannot go and kill somebody's whole family like the Ayatollah. He's like the Pope over there. You can't just go do that and just think that like yeah, there's gonna be peace on the earth. No, there's no way.
Right.
You're insane. You're insane if you think that. Like these people, call jihad, right? So that means that um, the gloves off. Because when this war first started, they were like, Americans, we're not even about you guys. We know that you guys are not the ones causing this. It's your leaders. But after they bombed their pope, the Ayatollah guy and his family, they were like, yo, we don't care anymore. You guys tax dollars are funding this. So collateral damage, right? Allahu Akbar. Like that's what they believe in now. They don't care about, oh, you innocent Americans don't know what's going on. No, everybody knows what's going on. Well,
Yeah.
not everybody. Well, some people, but Americans they know what's going on, but they just choose not to care because it's not in front of them. So at the end of the day, um, the sun comes up like I said, and I would like to transition into something more PG-13. So now these are cool questions that I like to ask the guests at the end of the show, just to kind of see how their psyche is, and and how they perceive themselves. So look, if you had one pill that gives you immortality, the other pill gives you the ability to see and tell the future. Which one would you take and why?
Um, I think I would take the blue pill to see the future and all the different realities.
Hmm. Okay. Is that
Yeah.
the blue pill or the red pill?
I forgot which order you said it in.
Yeah, I know. I just said one. One pill gives you immortality. The other one gives you the ability to see into the future.
Then yeah, that'd be the blue pill. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. So I would take the pill that you could see into the future. Um, why? Because I can control my reality versus being immortal. Does anybody really want that?
You're gonna be able to still. That outcome is still gonna happen regardless. Because you're not gonna be able to die, but you're gonna experience every generation. Like you might as well be the president of the earth because you're gonna know every historical, like the type of wisdom that you're gonna have is gonna be something like since the walking of the Messiah. You're
Yeah.
gonna be anointed with so much wisdom because you're gonna live so long to know so much and see so much history, and you're gonna learn, you're gonna have time. Like time will not be a problem because you're like, okay, one 100 years I'm just gonna spend towards learning this craft, and then another, you're gonna be the
Yeah.
master of the universe, if you can
I
live
mean,
forever.
that's great until
Yeah, the
the
point.
earth explodes and then you gotta wait another 100 billion years for it to be
Yeah,
born again,
that's
you
true.
know?
That's true. Um, I asked somebody that same question, and they said that they wouldn't want to live forever because of their family. Their family's gonna die, and they're gonna be left to themselves, and then they have to create new bonds. And that was very thought provoking. It was like, wow, you really thought about that one.
Yeah, and those bonds are not gonna hit the same.
That's really true, man. That's really true. All right. With that being said, Jordan, this brings us to the end of the pod. Do you have any last remarks you want the people to know? Where to find you, things of that nature.
No, I'm pretty incognito, but what I will say is, um, I think that in today's time, there's a lot of judgment, there's a lot of stigma on men. So I just think that, everybody should, be themselves
Oh,
and do what you want to do and what you think is right and stand for whatever that is.
amen. Well said, yo. In addition to that, good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, wherever you guys are from. Thanks for tuning in to another special episode of Stranger Talks. And till next time, goodbye.